A lot of our focus this week has been in this area, which is going to be our library. And you can see behind us that we have made a makeshift platform to get up to these high pieces above the stairs. And pretty much it's been prep work this week. So drywall, mudding, sanding, getting everything ready. We have decided which paint we're going to be using. So I'm going to show you which one we chose a little bit later. I also have been doing some more work on the cushions for our Parisian Suite, so I'll show you that. But we've also got really big news, because I am going to tell you exactly how you can win the opportunity to be the very first person to stay in our Parisian Suite. So stay tuned, that'll be at the end of the video. So, but let me show you what we've been up to this week. And it's been such a nice, we've had some beautiful spring weather, so we've even had a chance to get outside.
So today I have been digging out this part of the back garden, ready for planting after the first frost, which will hopefully be in the next few weeks. And so this piece of earth I'd actually dug over last year, or started, but today I've been digging it, and look at all the rocks that I found. So I dug out all these rocks from this one little piece of the garden. So I'm keeping them all. I'm now going to put topsoil on this part, ready for planting, and then I'm going to put my rocks back, kind of to make it look nice.
You never know what you're going to find when you dig around the manor, and today we found this really cool pink rock buried under the earth, and so we've washed it off, and I'm going to find somewhere special for it.
So I've added my topsoil, and I've just done the top of the slope. I'm going to be doing the bottom of the slope later, but I don't want to take all that away, because I don't want my topsoil to drain if we have heavy rain. But I've added some strategically placed rocks to kind of secure to anchor the topsoil so it doesn't wash away. I still have lots of rocks left, but I'm going to place those once I start planting. So this is all now ready, or this section is ready for planting once the frost is over, or after the final frost. And then this top part of this of the garden here, hopefully we'll get some nice colour this summer. And the next job for me is to start on my flower beds round by the terrace here, along by the rock wall. So I'll be working on that later. But today's such a beautiful day, I wanted to get out and do something in the garden. So this was my project for today.
It's always fun when boxes arrive, and in the last day it's been a good day. Look how many boxes I've got that's arrived, and so I thought I would kind of unpack them and show you what we have. And one of the things that we do have is our lighting for the library. So we decided we wanted to do chandeliers, but we want them to have a very library feel. So we ended up buying, get it out, I think it's that way. No, yeah, that way. So it's a beautiful chandelier, but what's interesting about it is it has these shades. So it's actually got these really cute little, very library-esque shades to go with it, but it's actually got the chandelier piece as well. So we bought two of them, so they'll go upstairs in our library. So later today I'm going to get to work putting that one together. We also got our bedding for our Parisian Suite, and I've spent a long time trying to find the best bedding. We want really high quality luxury. It was important that it was 100% Egyptian cotton. I wanted nice white. I wanted to find a Canadian company, and I found Skylark and Owl, and I love this. This has just arrived, and they actually send the sheets in an offcut of some of their bedding, so they don't waste any of the offcuts. And I love that there's no plastic. So instead of sending them all wrapped in plastic, they're wrapped in this really cute little bag, which is just so adorable. So They're nice and soft. We're going to wash them. We're going to follow the instructions for the washing, and apparently they get softer each time you wash them. So our bedding is here for the Parisian Suite. And the other thing Stephen bought me, very generously, is in this really huge, look at this box. This arrives, and I'm like, what the heck is that? And then he showed me what he bought me. Look at this. This huge box for my yardstick, which is awesome because now I'm making curtains and cushions. I find it really hard to use a tape measure, it always gets wound up. So he bought me this yardstick, which is fantastic, but I just think it's so funny that it's come in such a huge box. So I'm actually gonna be making cushions today, so I'm gonna get use my yardstick for the first time, and then I think I'm gonna make some chandeliers, and I'll show you later what they look like. I'm really pleased with how this chandelier has turned out. I think it's the perfect combination of the crystal and having these little shades, which is going to be perfect for our library. So we wanted something that had that kind of chandelier feel, but we wanted it to feel a little bit more like kind of that traditional library. So I think this is a combination of both, and what I love about it is actually the color of the metal on here, because if I show you, this is the material that we have that we're going to be upholstering our chairs for our library. You can see how close it is in terms of the color, which is really, really cool too. So it's always hard to tell when you're ordering things online to see whether the color is going to kind of match. So I was really pleased to see how nicely these kind of complement each other. So I think when this is put up in the library, we've got 2 of these, so they'll go up in that space, and then with the chairs in this, reupholstered in this material, I think it's going to look fantastic. Today I'm working on my next cushions for the bed, and so I have made my piping, and I'm using the red twill material that I used on my curtains for the edge for the piping, and then I'm doing my smaller cushions in the neutral stripe. So I've made the piping and I've just sewn that on. So now I have my front with my piping, and I have my 2 back panels which I'm going to sew together, and I've got 2 of them. So I've got 2 of these cushions that hopefully will turn out well, and they will go on the bed with the really big red twill cushion that I did earlier. So I've just finished sewing the pieces together, so the front and the back, and now it's the moment of truth to see whether my corners worked, and it's always the bit that makes me nervous, because it's not until you turn it the right side around that you find out whether your piping in the corners has worked or not. So, oh, that one's a good one. Let's see. Oh, that one's good too. Oh, good. I really like this combination actually. The piping with the red tulle really pops on this, the neutral stripe, which I really like. Oh, I've got 3 out of 4. Last one. And yay! All my corners are good. So, my cushion cover for this one is done. I've now got 2 finished, and I can put the cushions on and take them upstairs. So I've also decided that I'm actually going to add a throw to the bed. I thought that a throw on the bottom of the bed, because the bedding is going to be white and very neutral, I thought it would give, along with the pillows, a nice pop. So I've decided that I'm actually going to use the red stripe that is on the bed crown as well. So I've got a long piece here that I'm going to put across the bed, and then I'm just going to back it with a very neutral colour. And that will just, I think, pick up, give it a little bit of colour, pick up the red from the bed crown and the toil, and just give it that kind of elegant finishing touch. So my next project is to make it. So we have decided which blue colour we're going to use in the library, and it's this blue, which is actually a farrow and ball colour. It's called Hague Blue, and I love it. It actually, thank you to everyone who gave us their opinion and ideas. It was definitely outstandingly the most popular. With I know that there were definitely people who liked both of the other colours as well, but this one definitely got the most votes. I think it's just a beautiful colour, and the one big reason I love it so much is the contrast with the colour that we're going to be using for our upholstery on our chairs. So this contrast with the blue, I just think works really beautifully, and it's such a rich blue that the library, we want it to really feel that kind of rich, luxurious feel. So I think this is perfect. So I actually have just painted this onto the wall just so I can see a bigger swatch of it, because we're not quite ready to paint yet. I think in the next week we will. We're just finishing the prep on the walls before we actually do the painting, but we're very close, and it's going to be very exciting to see this on all the walls, like the bottom half of these walls and on the other side, and to see the library come together. So I've brought my cushions upstairs now they're finished, and I'm going to put them on the bed, and I'm actually really pleased with how they've turned out. I like the neutral stripe, and the piping, I love the fact that it just kind of ties in with the big pillow, a big cushion, and our curtains. And I had talked about doing a bolster, if you remember from last week, and I'm still kind of deciding. I can't quite decide whether it needs one, whether I just stick with the 3, but I have decided that I'm going to do a throw, so I'm going to make that first, add that on, and see whether it needs something else or whether that's enough. I don't want to put too much on. We're going to keep the bedding all neutral, and I don't want too many patterns. I just want it to look very elegant. So the cushions are looking really great. And if you were watching 2 weeks ago, you will know that we are going to be having a contest for a person to be the very first person to stay in this suite. So now it's all finished, and I've almost finished my cushion. Well, I finished my cushions and I've almost finished my throw. It is ready for someone to stay in it. And the big question is, who is that person going to be? So we will be releasing all the information, and the contest will open tomorrow. But I wanted to give you a little bit of a sneak peek on exactly how you can enter to win an overnight, the first person to stay overnight in the suite. But we've added a little bit of bonus into it, because we've partnered with 2 amazing local businesses. Piccadilly Coffee Roasters up in Sussex. They have come on board with us. They are actually going to be working with us on the coffee for the manor, and we've got some exciting news about that coming very soon, so stay tuned about that. But they are going to be giving us, or giving you if you're the winner, 3 packets of coffee for your morning coffee. So when you wake up in the suite, you can enjoy some wonderful Piccadilly coffee for your morning coffee. And we've also partnered with Monpré Collection. Now, you'll know from some of our posts on social media that the Monpré Collection, you will see pieces of it in this suite at different times, and Joelle does a beautiful job. So she is also going to be giving away some very unique little pieces that will be part of this package for this contest. So you would win the overnight stay with breakfast here at the Manor. You will win the coffee from Piccadilly Coffee. You will win the very special vintage pieces from Monpré Collection. And also we're throwing in one more bonus. And that is, the night you stay overnight here, we were going to give you 2 VIP tickets to a very special event that we're going to be having and hosting here at the Manor. The tickets will not be for sale. They'll only be for winners and VIPs. And it's actually going to be the launch of our Thirsty Whippet pub. Now, we haven't talked a lot about it yet, and you'll hear lots more in the next few months, but we are putting in an English pub into the Manor for people who stay here to enjoy. And it's going to be called the Thirsty Whippet, and we will be opening it in September. Now, on the 18th of September, we are going to do a very, very exclusive event that means that you as a winner would not only stay here for the very first time and be the first person to stay in the suite, you'll be the very first people to see our Thirsty Whippet pup. So all the information will be in our Instagram post tomorrow. So stay tuned tomorrow. Look out for Instagram tomorrow. You'll see exactly how to enter. You like the post, you follow Piccadilly Coffee, Montpre and ourselves. You'll get bonus entries for tagging friends and putting it in your stories, but all the information will be there. So that is how you can win all those goodies. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on our post, liking and sharing it. And fingers crossed, maybe you'll be the person who stays here for the very, very first time. So I'm going to get back to work and get that library finished, ready for you to enjoy when you come to visit. And I will see you on our next episode of the Ladysmith Manor Diaries.